Good evening and welcome to SpeedGaming, guys. Tonight we've got the match between Adirondackrick and Sigil 711 for you, and an instant wood sword. Joining me in commentary tonight, we have MX Alan and we have Gary and Old Wolf doing our tracking for us. How are you doing tonight, Alan?
I'm doing good. Sorry about that. Took me by surprise a little.
No worries. Looks like we've got a gorilla going against a standard Link here. This should be fun.
Yeah, I'm always waiting for them to be able to make the bunny playable.
Oh man, looks like we had 80... Ooh, those are some 0 HP red Octoroks. I wonder if everybody's squishy tonight.
Considering they start off with the better boomerang, I'm hoping so.
I mean, that would be fun, unless of course there's Wizrobe somewhere on the overworld.
Well, they've already got a wood sword, so with runners like this, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem for them.
Well, I meant more so for chat. I mean, we do occasionally enjoy seeing those Wizrobes hanging out on the overworld. And to... Yep, okay. Looks like we ended up with the Triforces for 1 and 6, which oddly enough are the only two Triforces that do not actually change in between first and second quest. So even if we end up with a second quest first half and a first half back half, then we're still going to have the Triforces for 1 and 6, which of course means we're going to find 6 immediately.
Right, which means Sigil should find 1 and then we'll have a complete set.
Yay! Totally! Oh, look at that rupee sitting underneath that manhandle. That is a dead giveaway that Remove Most Open Stairs has rolled on.
I don't really understand that flag. Something about being able to put stairways and other presents in the same room to save space for more trolls.
Well, in theory, it was to make it so that you had less dungeons where you could just walk 2 rooms in and find an open right side stair or a diamond staircase, go in and find yourself a red ring, or, oh, hey, there's a ladder underneath our Armos item. But it was to remove the possibility that that could happen, and to kind of make it a little bit more difficult. But the thing is when the game goes to put the item in that room, it still tries to put the placement of the item in the exact same spot as the original staircase. So it just looks really wonky and you're going, hey, that item shouldn't be there.
Well, who knows? That may lead to some very interesting trolls later on for that same chat that we're trying to please.
Yay! Well, I mean, hopefully our runners are going to have a good time today. It looks like we have 100 rupee big secret. Now that was potentially vanilla shop prices. I saw 80 rupee arrows and 20 rupee bomb packs, which might mean that we have vanilla money as well, because those two flags are tied together.
I'd like to end up with as little vanilla as possible, though, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, we still need to see whether or not it's going to be first quest, second quest, or mixed.
Yeah, neither of our runners spent enough time in level 6 for us to actually tell. And it sounds like we have 2 audio sources going at the same time, so bear with us, guys.
Everybody loves to hear that extra heartbeat.
I mean, right now it's like having the music kind of... It's like a half-second time difference. It's a little bit weird. Alright, meanwhile, Rick is going to go ahead and find level 8.
And deal with Gorlinkas in stereo.
Yay! Alright, so we got both runners here in this level 8. I'm kind of agreeing with Gary and Old Wolf in chat with where they teleport, where the transport staircase took Rick. This is possibly either first quest or it could still be shapes. Now, there are all 0 HP enemies, so as long as Rick is careful, he should be fine to clear this, and it is first quest level 8. Which is good for our runners, because then they don't have to do second quest 7 and 8, which I have to say are some of my least favorite things in the entire game.
You don't like going in a long, straight line.
With never-ending staircases and tons of key doors or walk through walls that you could possibly miss? Oh, I mean, who would not be thrilled by that?
Well, I mean, that does mean we don't get to experience that fun in level 9. Oh wait, we still do.
Well, so there is oddly enough a chance that second quest doors can actually roll on in a shaped seed, which means that you could have all shapes dungeons and suddenly have to walk through a wall in order to progress. It's a little bit weird. Oh, Spiky, what are you doing? Rick is patiently waiting out the Dig Dogger, trying to get through this spiral staircase room.
He knows you're on commentary tonight, doesn't want to kill your buddy too early.
Oh no, I think Rick would have absolutely no pity. We're gonna have a heart in the staircase here as our first item.
Now we just need to see if we find another heart, or if Heart Shuffle might even be on.
I hope that it would be. It would be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, my first Heart Shuffle seed of the tournament that I tracked was for CJ. That's always a pleasure.
Well, I mean, Chest Jerk is amazing, so...
Well, agreed. I mean, after all, you gotta have heart.
Back when, I think it might have actually been the original Random Percent tournament, I restreamed a race of his, and I caught him dancing on camera. So it's kind of been an inside joke since then that when he wins, I fully expect a victory dance. And we're going to go ahead and have the Triforce. We're going to have the Triforce at a level 8 for Sigil, and it looks like he's going to decide to leave. Level 8's pretty big. There are some smaller dungeons out there that you can go look for and dig. Rick's going to find a heart on the floor.
In this case...
Go ahead.
In this case, that still doesn't mean much, because if Heart Shuffle's on, we could have a triple-hearted level 8.
I know, wouldn't that be fantastic? To answer a question in chat, is this randomized like the items are random, or are there other things random? There are a lot of things randomized. Looks like Sigil's going to go ahead and do a world wrap to check the coast item real quick. So, Fred Coughlin designed this randomizer. I know there's another Zelda randomizer out there. And it randomizes not only where dungeons are located, what enemies are in the dungeons, what items are in the dungeons. We have a raft on the coast for Sigil. It can randomize pretty much everything. It can flip the overworld. It can give all the bosses no HP. It can give them tons of HP. The sky's kind of the limit right now. It is really a lot of fun to play.
I think the fun part with some of these no HP enemies is you could end up with an orange whiz rope that you can take out with a single one sword hit, but can take you out with a single wand blast.
Yeah, very true. And good point from Norvasol in chat. Among the many, many things that it can randomize, it can also randomize the dungeon shapes. Alright, looks like we're going to get simultaneous raft checks, and it's just going to be a small secret. Yeah, it's got to be vanilla tonight. 10, 100, so I'm just waiting to see a 30.
And so far, I think we've only seen one large secret, so I'm still waiting for more confirmation on whether or not we're in what kind of overworld they've spawned us.
Very true. A great way to do that is if somebody screen scrolls over to vanilla level 5, if that turns into a fairy pond, that means it's a straight second quest. And then level 3, vanilla level 3, there are a couple of different options for the cave. It is green, brown, and a cave. If it's a cave, you're in second quest.
And if it's green, it's mixed of some sort.
It should be, I think, mixed second quest, but my notes are underneath my desk. My cats were up here today. Alright, and I do agree with Gary and Old Wolf, our tracker in chat. All of the people in the caves are telling us the exact same thing, which means that we need that book to understand what they are saying.
Oh, I'm hoping for a boomstick.
I'm always hoping for a boomstick, but, I mean, I just like explosions.
Yeah, but that 130 shield tells me it's at least very unlikely.
Oh, come on, game, be nice. But alright, so, if you see a brown entrance to vanilla level 3, then that is first quest money mixed overworld. And if you see a green dungeon, it means it's second quest mixed overworld, which means you're only going to have one large secret. Alright, I do find it funny that the only 2 dungeons we've seen so far are levels 6 and 8. Nothing that you really want to be digging all that early in this game. 2 of the biggest.
True. Yeah, but it also leaves me hoping that that'll be where the bow and silvers will be.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know. Bow and silvers it would almost be fun if you could put both of them in level 9 tonight. And thank you, Gary and Old Wolf, for pointing out that as we had a cave entrance at vanilla level 2, it means we do have a first quest overworld, because anything other, that would have turned into a fairy pond.
It would be amusing to have them both in 9, but... Oh... If we stick the bow in 9, and the silvers in 6, then we can have all of the evil.
Well, I mean, we've got, well, I don't think we've actually seen what's in the, what's actually in the dungeons yet, but there's always a good chance that wizards are going to be in 9. Now we can put the bow in a room of, like, 8 blue wizards, maybe?
Okay, but you gotta have to push the block. You can't be cheating by giving us a spiral staircase.
Well, again, we already know that Remove Most Open Staircases has rolled on. Sigil has gone ahead... Oh, no boomstick. Sigil has gone ahead and bought his blue candle. He's also going to find the first Take Any Heart. His first Take Any Heart.
And I'm so glad that it happened after he bought the candle. No take-backs. You must take the heart.
Now, I'm not sure what Rick ended up killing there, but something dropped bombs for him on that bottom screen, but I thought I had only seen 1 blue Octorok and he killed 2 reds. So again, I was distracted. Sigil was buying a candle and, you know, you gotta have heart. Alright, Rick is heading up in the direction of the Take Any and the candle store. He's got enough money. He's now seen that he's got a first quest money, which means that, you know, he can afford to buy that candle, no problem. Now, did we see what Sigil just bought out of that shop? As Rick is going to find level 3.
I think he got arrows there.
Alright, Rick has decided he's in level 3. He is going to take out this Gleeok. And we got a meat purchase from Sigil. Now, I'm trying... Ooh, we do have permanent sword beams. That's really handy. I'm trying to remember if this is a room that would end up dropping the map here in 3.
I don't have the cheat sheets for what drops where. Especially since I think they were talking about second quest for first half.
Well, Sigil has already gone ahead and found level 1. We do have multiple Triforces in Triforce rooms, which could mean that Shuffle Drop Rooms is not on.
And we found Uncle Wizzy's Playhouse.
Yeah!
Guarding the power bracelet.
Alright, so that is in fact second quest 1. So we have second quest 1, second quest 1 through 6, and then we have 7, 8, and 9 are going to be first quest. And that is a bait block in second quest level 3.
And that is a blue candle that led us to a red candle.
Yay! I mean, that red candle is actually a pretty good offensive upgrade. Now, the thing to remember about second quest is Rick picks up his Triforce at a level 3, is that the staircase in level 1 turns into a transport staircase. And instead, you only have 2 items on the floor.
And he's ducking out of 3 now. Do you think he's gonna pick up the bait and then double back, or is that gonna be another one of those wait and see what the seed says kind of things?
Well, he's got the money for it. He's here in the area, and I think the bait shop was the bomb spot kind of over in that direction. So we'll just have to see what he runs into. To answer your question in chat of whether or not we have a double bait block seat, unfortunately we don't, because since it is first quest, second half, there's only going to be, I believe, one bait block in the seed. For double, you need both to roll 2.
Even though the first quest bait block is in 7, that's something they don't have?
I could have sworn that it was supposed to be only 1, but chat's telling me I'm wrong. We'll see.
Hey, if everything else can be random, so can our knowledge. Our knowledge could be deceptive hints.
Well, I mean, there's so many different things going on right now that it's kind of hard to keep track. And yeah, I agree with Mr. Dunlow. That Gleeok in 3 is, that's a little fishy, and I would very much like to kill it. Alright, we have a power bracelet sighting here in level 3, apparently. There's that red candle in 1 for our Rick. So yeah, I was about to say this is remove most open stairs at work again, but level 3 reverse C can in fact have a standing drop. Hey, there we go. Never mind. Well, it's gonna be a transport.
Your buddy's back again.
Oh, Spiky, what did you do? Oh. That is... Oh, okay. So here's the funny thing about the Patra. So the little floaty orbs, the Patrites, they have the HP of the regular enemies, which in this case means they all rolled down to 0, but the Patra is going to have the same HP, same HP as the regular enemies. Look, there's another one! Go, Sigil, go! Now, Sigil was really lucky. He actually had the bait. He bought the bait before he came in here. Rick is about to find the bait shop. Or, nope, this is bombs and arrows. He already saw the bait shop. But yeah, Sigil, he already knows that there's nothing on the other side of the staircase. So if he's still looking for whether or not there's another item here in level 3, he knows it's got to be in the bottom of the L. Or, very specifically, that Gleeok room that nobody wants to clear. Thank you, chat. The bait store was under the Armos. Okay.
Which we still have to find the white sword item location spot.
Alright, so Sigil has now cleared every room with the exception of this lovely and wonderful Gleeok. So he's going to try to kind of use this safety door strat from the bottom. Now, you're not guaranteed to be able to not take a hit here, but it is kind of easy to duck in and out and take a shot at the Gleeok heads as they float by.
And they're lucky they got the permanent sword beams.
Oh yeah, that is like one of my favorite flags ever. I mean, hey, Rick's gonna find level 7. He's gotta be relieved that this is not second quest 7.
Yes, but it also means that we can hope for the item to be all the way in the tip of the nose. Or that you can just walk right over, pick up the Triforce, and pretend that it never exists again.
And welcome to SpeedGaming 3. Oh, there we go. We got a heart on the floor in level 3. He's going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce out of the vanilla room. And I would definitely agree with Mr. Dunlow in chat. I think he realized... So it's not uncommon for the runners to... It's not uncommon for the runners to have... there's several different graphs of rooms that drop in which levels, so it's not uncommon for runners to have access to that during a race. It's also, you know, perfectly okay. It's pretty helpful. So there's a chance that maybe he was watching the chart and went, oh wait, this room doesn't drop in 3. Alright, so sadly our raft, other than giving us a little bit of money on the other side of the world, does not get to be useful today.
Yeah, but it was a lovely little red herring. We don't want this to be over too fast.
I mean, I wouldn't say useless. It did give us money, Gary. Alright, Sigil going up the mountain is going to find... Is it a door repair? Door repair.
Repairing what?
Well, I mean, maybe maybe there was a flood or something.
Well, that's what he gets for parking right next to a waterfall. And Sigil now loses at gambling.
Well, I mean, if you only have 16 rupees left after paying the door repair, Rick's gonna find level 9, one screen to the north of vanilla level 1.
That's awfully close to Mags, which would be perfect if this could be a Fury Seed for Mags when it's 0 HP enemies.
I still can't believe Fury had a 20-minute mags last tournament.
That's one of the races I saved under favorites just so I could watch it again because I couldn't believe it the first time.
Yeah, it was that was definitely pretty fun. And yes, Meph, it's 0 HP regular enemies. So that means that like the Patrites and the little the Digdogger babies are all gonna have 0 HP along with all of your Wizrogues, Octoroks, and evil assorted things. Alright, Rick does a nice screen scroll to go over and check Death Armos. Will, we haven't seen enough yet to find out whether or not Heart Shuffle is on or off.
I wish he would have taken one of those any roads just so he could see if they were still vanilla for them too, because that would have wiped out the power bracelet.
Alright, Sigil is going to find level 7 as well. And yeah, guys, it's so with the random percent tournament is kind of it's kind of one of those until the game proves to us for sure that it is on. It's generally better just to be like, we're not entirely sure yet, but we are a little bit ladder blocked here in this level 7.
What is that that's offering Rick lack of hints? It looks like a muffin.
It's a tech site. Because Rick is playing with the Guria screen, it changes a lot of the NPCs in the caves.
It's just, you could not see the legs anywhere, so it's like this floating eyeball.
I mean, it still looks scary to me.
Yes, but your avatar is the lovely happy cookie.
Well, that's because I really like cookies. And the reason, so guys, the reason I do this is because the last random percent tournament, there was a seed that gave us every indication that Heart Shuffle was off. Okay? Everybody's like, oh, Heart Shuffle's off. Silvers have got to be in level 9. They go and they dig level 9. They don't find the silvers, and they had to go back and redig every level because the only item that had Heart Shuffled was the silver arrows. Let me tell you, that was a fun one to watch as a spectator.
That's the thing with random percent. It's fun to watch. It's even more fun to commentate, but it can be hell to try to play.
I mean, I have fun playing it as well. I'm just not very good at this game, and I don't believe we've missed an item yet, Garion. He literally just walked in the door. Now, the thing... Go ahead.
With this being second quest level 4, this has an opportunity to give us 2 items.
Well, I mean, I'm not terribly upset that this is the first item we're going to find here in level 4. Rick is going to go ahead and find that white sword.
Which will be more help against the Gleeoks and other bosses than anything else, really.
Yeah, we don't... Oh, hey, there's a really rather free Triforce also in level 4. I would have to imagine that Rick is going to go back in. There is at least a potential floor item, and for sure there's a second staircase item in that level.
And with it being down in the bottom left-hand corner, it's not a place you want to go back to.
Yeah, it's all the way in the middle of nowhere, so it's just kind of easier to get it all done and over with while you're here. Now, that's a good thing for Rick to remember. Since this is a second quest level, there will be walkthrough walls in here. The only levels in second quest that do not get walkthrough walls are 1, 3, and 7. Oh, ooh, okay, there we go. I thought that Dongo was going to troll him for sure, and then it, like, turned right back into the bomb.
Well, he trolled himself with the last one, though.
Yeah, it's okay. He's still at full bombs. He's going to find the compass for the Triforce that he already picked up. And to answer a question in chat, a Sigil is going to find level 2. What is my go-to cookie? It is, in fact, chocolate chip if I am eating the cookie and making it. If I am just eating a cookie that I didn't have to make, it's, oh, look, shiny! I am now distracted because we found my favorite item in the entire game as the second item in level 4.
Your favorite item in the entire game, the chocolate chip ring.
Woohoo! I mean, who does not want to face tank everything and worry a lot less about dying as Sigil finds the map to the A?
That's why I stopped playing with the palette shift on, because I would wear red and then forget that I didn't have the ring.
Alright, Sigil is gonna find that the, oh, that's our second heart in the staircase. I think that actually just confirmed that Heart Shuffle is on.
Yeah, it did. So we have the potential. We had 2 hearts and 8, 2 hearts and 2. We still have 1 hidden item in 8, and we could have. Well, we definitely will have at least 1 more thing to locate here in level 4.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a floor item. Though Rick doesn't yet know. He is still digging, which is really good for him, but he doesn't yet know that Heart Shuffle is for sure on.
And second quest bubbles, I haven't seen them in any of my other races yet this tournament. Do we still have the randomized curses this time?
Oh, thankfully, Krim actually turned it to swordless. So if second quest monsters and second quest bubbles are on, the bubble is going to be swordless. Muff, you're asking in chat, is it the second? I'm assuming you mean hearts. We had a staircase heart in level 8, and we've had a staircase heart in level 2. So yeah, that's the second.
And we got a mugger that wants to take away a heart or a bomb, and fortunately we can walk right out of that wall.
Isn't that nice? Like, we don't have to pay him. We can just be like, peace, we're leaving. Rick just picked up, I think it was a key.
Now, I know you said that chocolate chip is your go-to cookie. Do you like a soft cookie or a crispy cookie?
Little bit of both. I want the outside to have just a little bit of crispy to it, and I want the inside to be nice and half raw.
Oh, you are a cookie lover after my own heart.
Yay! Alright, Rick is going to refill his bombs here with these Dodongos. He's still looking for the floor item here in level 4. He's going to get another key for his trouble.
Which is a nice floor item, just not one that counts.
And we have a good comment from chat from Mr. Dunlow saying that if the floor item in 4 ends up being in a turret room, it's probable that the drop rooms were not in fact shuffled, which is seconded by the fact that Triforces have all been in Triforce rooms.
Now, Rick is noping out of there. This could bite him in the behind once he learns that there will be a third item in this level.
Well, see, here's the thing. Rick isn't going to find that out for a while until he gets back to level 2. He did, I believe, see and pick up the staircase heart in level 8, but the way he's going is taking him in the opposite direction from level 2.
That's because, I believe we still have a couple of levels left to find, somewhere in this great land.
I believe so, but we've definitely seen most of them. We're gonna get the potion letter pickup here from Sigil off the coast.
I think just 2 and 5, or was there a block that stopped us from 2?
We've seen 2 on Sigil's side of the screen, and I'm not sure, but he just had actually a really good bomb force on the screen before with the levers. And answer a comment in chat that Rick is not getting arrows. I have a feeling that maybe he's waiting and hoping it's a boomstick seed. But, you know, either that or he wants a blue ring, but he's already got the red ring, so that would kind of be pointless. Rick continuing to check. He's headed in the right direction to find this level 2, which will give him the information about the staircase heart. And we'll almost even up our Triforce count with the exception of that Triforce out of level 4. To answer a question in chat, no, we actually know that Heart Shuffle is on. We've had 2 hearts in staircases tonight. Rick's about to actually find the second one right now. And chat pointing out that apparently Rick picked up arrows before Sigil. It is a pretty good money seed. I mean, it's vanilla, which is okay, but it's a lot better than second quest low money. Sigil wisely picking up a potion out of one of his last take any's. I like this play. He does have the letter, but he's down to 1 key, so if I'm Sigil, I would pick up the potion and save the money for a key.
I'd possibly go for the heart, mostly for the fact that he hasn't been to that bottom left-hand corner to get his red ring, so the higher the defense, the better, but that's just how I race.
Well, I mean, I personally need... The bombs are 20 rupees. It's vanilla price. But I personally will take the red ring anytime the game will throw it at me, and I will buy blue ring because I am not the most technically skilled of players. But Sigil, even though he is relatively new to the community and tournaments in general, he's got some really good skills going on. I mean, I want to say this is only like his 3rd tournament. I think he did SG Live, he did Swordless, he's done a couple of Battle Royales. Me? I want that red ring. I want to be able to face tank everything and not worry about damage.
I want everything red except for my boomerang. I like that blue, please.
See, there you go. I like the blue boomerang because it reaches the entire screen.
Same. That way, if I can get in there, do my sorting, throw the boomerang back behind me to pick up my fairy as I'm leaving the room, and I don't have to worry about anything.
So it's good to notice that, so Rick is in a dark room, which he cleared. He only really cleared it because it was leading to a shutter door, and he wanted to get through. Those types of rooms are only going to be on if you have vanilla levels, and will never have... well, never have... Sorry, I just saw Bogey's comment. And we'll never have a key item. It could have a bomb, it could have a key, a compass, a map, but it's never going to be your silvers or your bow. And Bogey's comment in chat was, I don't like my game screen red, which would mean Link is dead.
Well, I don't think Rick would mind that. I mean, as long as the gorilla stays alive, then we're good.
Well, in this case, yes. Alright, meanwhile, Sigil is going to go ahead and find level 4. Since he has not yet found bow or silvers, you have to imagine he knows that there's 3 items in here. He is going to keep digging until he finds them all. Which will get him a red ring pretty quickly.
Red ring, white sword, and maybe the 2D2.
I don't know, something. Something for sure, unless it's just another heart. To answer a question in chat, I don't believe we've seen level 5, but don't worry, chat will correct me if I'm wrong. really good job for Sigil here in this four-corner turret room with wood sword taking down this Patra to find that the floor item in 4 is actually the blue boomerang they started the game with.
So if Rick heads back to 4, for him it would be a smart choice, but for us in the commentator's booth, no, it's exactly what he doesn't want to do.
Well, now that Rick does know that Heart Shuffle is on, having found, hopefully, I think, did Rick see the Staircase Heart in level 2?
Yes, he did, but he decided not to grab it.
Okay, he will also have to go back to level 3 and take out the Gliok, which we also know is a floor heart, but that's only if he doesn't find Silvers or Bow somewhere else. Alright, now Sigil's up in the area of both the Triforce and the Red Ring and the White Sword. He's gonna have to pay the mugger. It'll probably be a heart. Yep, there he goes.
Shame.
Why? I mean, I'm not gonna give the guy my bombs, that's for sure.
Yeah, but this was also 4. I saw someone in chat say that there was a bomb upgrade in here too.
Well, hello, White Sword Eniki hiding out in the grave.
Now we really can spend money on something else.
Yeah, but I mean, what is there to spend money on at the moment? Unless he wanders into another bomb upgrade.
I don't think, well, actually, he didn't defeat that Gliok to see the floor drop in 3.
Yep, which means
he could go get the bait.
Well, I mean, that's not a terrible idea. And actually, I think Rick may have already bought it, possibly. I won't know for sure until we see him open up his pause screen again. Alright, so that could be problematic if that's our item here in 5. It's also really good information. If we find the transport staircase, take it, and doesn't link up to that staircase, then we might have to go find ourselves a bow somewhere else. We've got the white sword here for Sigil, and yes, that is a good point in chat for Mr. Cap. The information is really good, because that tells us that the bow is outside of 9. Yes, guys, I do in fact know that Tekken Quest V has 2 staircases. Rick, push the block! Oh!
This time only a 2-headed Gliok, so he's gonna be able to face tank this one and get it done pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the red ring, so without playing, you know, incredibly recklessly, there's not much that's going to kill Rick right now. Meanwhile, Sigil has found the white sword, he's found that boomerang. He still has yet to find, oh, buy that. There you go, Sigil, this is perfect timing. It's a +4 bomb upgrade when he was completely out of bombs.
I know that we were talking about completely reckless plays, but I think the not touching the blue bubble in that one previous room could be a bit of a risky play here.
Well, if he doesn't have a sword, very true. Alright, that's a lot of Gomas in 5. I am kind of agreeing. Someone had commented before that we think maybe extra enemies, extra bosses rolled on. I kind of agree.
And Rick gets his sword back just as Sigil loses his, but finds his red ring.
I mean, I think... Why are you burning it? Sigil! What are you doing? Oh, we got a boomerang in level 5.
I think Sigil was burning the bats that was stopping him from getting the red ring.
Okay, because, I mean, that's my favorite item in the entire game. Why would you burn it? It's very sad. As Rick is going to go ahead and pick up his Triforce out of level 5... And Rick is now actually eligible to head into level 9, but are we going to make the gamble that both the bow and the silvers are going to be in 9?
I wouldn't, but I'm not that big of a gambler on these things.
To answer a question in chat, the red ring isn't just purely cosmetic. It actually means that if you have 6 hearts, you could multiply that by 4. It gives you defense against all of the lovely and wonderful things that you know are waiting for you in level 8. Alright, Rick with bombs, a white sword, and a red ring is going to go ahead and take out this manhandler that was blocking the staircase here in 6. He's going to find the bow. Oh man. We're going to 9 now. Unless Rick doesn't realize. Oh man. Okay, Rick is going to dig. He's going to dig some of 6.
He now knows from his trip to 2 that Heart Shuffle's on, so he might be willing to take the risk of digging this level 6 a little before heading into 9.
Maybe he got the compass, which is just going to point to a Triforce that he had. No, Second Quest 6 isn't huge, but at the same time, this is still an interesting choice. Sigil is going to go ahead and pick up his any key out of the grave. Now he's headed in the right direction. He's going, where in the world is level 5? Where is the bow? That bow is, that's so close to start. I think Sigil may have actually seen level 6 before, but he's got the Triforce for it, so I can understand why he wouldn't really want to spend time in there.
And this time, yes.
What a jerk face. Dodongo, just eat your bomb like a good dinosaur. We have the book in level 6, which unfortunately, as the map did not pop up, is not going to be Atlas tonight. It is Book to Understand Old Men, but I don't know if our hints are going to be any good. Sigil's going to get his Triforce out of level 5. He's going to go back in to look for the remaining items, because again, he hasn't found bow, he hasn't found silvers. What he is going to find is a whole heck of a lot of Gomas.
And now here we are in level 9.
That was an instant roar, I think.
I thought it was the door.
Maybe. I'm getting a little bit of a reverb off of somebody's screen.
Well, we were having that issue earlier with Rick's audio, so maybe it's coming back again.
Oh, I hope not. That would be no fun.
But we do know it's first quest 9, so we're gonna have more dark rooms than normal. But
yeah, sorry, go ahead, Alan.
But while we're here, we're gonna be looking for a regular barbecuing set. We gotta find us some meat. We gotta find us some barbecue skewers and the guest of honor. Unfortunately, we don't find the guest of honor until after we kill the meat.
Okay, well, I mean, that's usually how it works. You have to have something to feed the guest of honor before you invite them, as Sigil is continuing to look for what is going to be a very sad banana here in level 5. Now, he did get bopped by one of those orange bubbles, so he's going to have to find a blue bubble to get his sword back. Then we've got a roar, so we know that Ganon is somewhere in a room adjacent to this one. There's, oh wow, there's our silver arrows. Holy smokes.
If Ganon, well, in this case, Zelda is on the other side of that key door,
then this is about to be very, very quick. If Ganon, however, oh, he is. All right, there we go. Now, it's worth noting Rick only has 2.5 hearts. He does have red ring, and now he's down to 1.5 hearts. Oh dear, Rick. Don't hug Zelda. Zelda is not 0 HP, but he's got the stun lock. He just needs to hold on to it. No! Ah, Ganon, why?
Don't
Well,
hug the
alright.
Ganon.
Yeah, I mean, it was Zelda in this case. Zombie Zelda. I mean, don't hug the zombie Zelda, I think is a very good life lesson for this race. Alright, meanwhile, he's working his way. He's trying to bomb and see if there's maybe a quicker path up towards where Ganon was, because he is also still looking... Oh, our hints were helpful. Or mixed. Not really sure which.
I'd say in this case they were just trolling.
Alright, meanwhile, Sigil got the Triforce out of level 5. He's about to get his bow right now, and I have to hope that he heads straight to level 9, and then this turns into one heck of a race. Stop burning the items, Sigil! I mean, I get that you're frustrated, but, you're really... You're not actually that... He's not actually that far behind. If Zelda makes this really, really hard to find her, then there's the chance that Sigil can actually make it into level 9, get Ganon, and get Silvers on the first try, because he does have a potion. But digging 6 is kind of going to put a little bit of a pin in that.
Yeah, if that potion ends up being the difference, it could really make me have my foot in my mouth about saying that was a bad play earlier.
Well, a lot of runners will actually, especially knowing that second quest is a thing, as Rick makes it back into Ganon's room, he did find a, maybe a slightly faster path, I don't know. But a lot of runners will actually do that. They will pick up a potion in one of their last take any's, because second quest Bubbles is on. You don't want to get to the Ganon fight and not have a sword, as Rick does a really good job of getting the stun lock and takes down Zombie Zelda. It's Lady Bacon. I like that one, Sassage.
And now because Zelda was in Zelda's room, we got to find Ganon up in Ganon's room.
Alright, so meanwhile, Sigil is continuing to dig in this level 6, which, from his point of view, is not a bad play. He's looking for silvers, he's looking for the floor drop, and, you know, it makes perfect sense. The book is, in fact, in this room, yes. It's a little bit of a heartbreak. That's all. Now, Rick is clearing out as much of this level 9 as he can. He's just looking for that shutter door that opens the instant that he walks into the room, even if he has not yet cleared all of the enemies. And with the knowledge that, in this case, Ganon is going to be in Ganon's room, he has to enter from the south.
So for Sigil, we have to be hoping that it's a magic staircase to get to
oh, beautiful wand. Yeah, that is kind of, for Sigil to get back into this, he needs to go to 9 right now. And not worry about any of the other levels. His Rick does a reverse clip in that room. That was cool. Gary, and he walked back over it, so he's got it. Alright, meanwhile, Rick is probably making a mental note of anything that... There she is. We have a Zelda. Alright guys, let's get some GGs in chat for Rick, finishing with an official race time GG time of 48:47.
Meanwhile, Sigil is here in level 9, making the right gamble.
Yeah, I mean, the choice to go back and dig those levels, it's not a bad one. It really wasn't. It's just, in the end, it turned out that silvers were, in fact, in 9.
And good news for you, no Spikies were killed during the making of this race.
Yay! I mean, Spiky wasn't blocking anything important today, so we're doing pretty good. GG's and welcome to Adirondackrick.
Thank you.
So, what did you think about that seed?
Gee, I'm sure glad I returned back to level 6 before going into 9.
Oddly, yeah. Oddly enough, Sigil did the exact same thing, except for he stayed in 6 to dig it a little bit longer. Or it would have been a bit closer. But yeah, so I have to ask, did you think Heart Shuffle was on or off?
Until I got the power bracelet in 3, did I think it was on. The power bracelet going in the dongo room kind of gave me the idea that it wasn't on.
Because that's a normal drop room for that level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chat was being good about helping us with which rooms in the levels were actually drop rooms. It looks like Sigil's going to join us here in just a second. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you had 0 HP enemies, you got a free red ring in level 4, a white sword. That doesn't seem too terrible.
Yeah. Free ladder by way of the Armos item.
Yeah, that was handy, but the raft sadly didn't lead to much except for money. Welcome and GG's to Sigil.
Thank you. GG's, Rick.
Yeah, GG's to you as well.
So you won't know it until you go back and watch. You were that was actually a lot closer than I imagine it feels right now. You made good calls to search for the floor items in 5 and 6, but you had no way of knowing that the silvers had actually rolled into 9.
Yeah, when I saw the magical boomerang in 4 after assuming Heart Shuffle was off.
Yeah, for us the giveaway was that we had seen a heart and a staircase in level 8 on Rick's side, I believe, and then we saw the second heart in a staircase in level 3?
2.
Level 2.
2. Sorry, thank you. Yes, 2. So for us, that was like, oh, look, Heart Shuffle did actually roll on. That's interesting.
I think 2 was what my next to last level found.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the last level for both of you was level 5.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because it was all the way in the middle of nowhere, Death Mountain.
Yeah, my strategy for this one was, okay, so it seems to be that the items are dropping in their normal rooms, so we're not going to spend too much time diving through dungeons at this stage. We'll come back to stuff later if I have to. I made one mad dash effort to try to take care of that four-headed Gleeok in 3, and once it gave me the go back to start, I was like, nope, we're done.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sigil actually did manage to clear that, and it was just a floor heart, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, we were wondering which one of the larger dungeons was going to be your initial gamble if you couldn't find the bow or the silvers.
And for me, the result was I was going to head to 9 regardless, because important items could always go to level 9, but 6 is just around the corner. I just explored maybe, 3 rooms of it and then left, so let's give that a try. And this is a seed where if that bow turned out to be in level 5, well, it couldn't be at 5 with all those gomas, but if it turned out to be like in level 7, different story this race.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much just came down to where the game ended up putting it, because you both were doing from both of your viewpoints, you were both doing the right thing. You were searching what levels you had a hunch it might be in. So, I mean, it was just going to come down to the silvers actually being 2 rooms away from Ganon in 9, or Zelda in your case.
Yeah, I Honestly, I thought, because Sigil is definitely a good opponent, I respect Sigil here, and, I know that I can't bleed too much time, so I definitely thought I was about to lose this race when I took the death to Ganon.
Yeah, that one was a little painful. I was like, okay, so Ricky, she should be okay. He's got 2.5 hearts. He's got red ring, and then Ganon was a little bit out of place.
And then Ganon became touchy-feely.
Yeah, I was like, we don't want to hug zombie Zelda. That doesn't look like it's fun.
No.
No, it's not like a bunny.
Yeah, I found NEK really late.
I found any key just before going into 5, so I didn't have that for the majority. And the lack of keys kind of made the decisions for me in this seed, too. I wasn't really going to go through a lot of key doors as such.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense. Sorry about the yawn. It kind of, there are seeds where the key doors just kind of force you on the wrong path, or they kind of, like, it's weird. You can sometimes have too many keys and it'll divert you from where you need to be. Or the game will just be like, you can't have any keys, and it forces you towards, the actual intended path. It's really weird.
By the way, shout outs to the silvers after I got the silvers.
Yeah, that was great. I thought that was funny.
That's when I said that the hints this time were set to Trolley.
Very much so. I mean, at least it was a truthful hint, but it was like just extremely funny the fact that, hey, I already picked them up. Thank you very much for telling me that. But my main strategy after getting Ganon down was, okay, Zelda is 90% going to be in her own room, so why am I checking rooms that are to the left or to the right of Ganon at this point?
Yeah, exactly. And the only room that was above Ganon was a bomb wall, so there was no way Ganon was going to be there. You're kidnapped. There was no way your kidnapped was going to be there. Though we did have somebody ask, your NPCs, were they Tektites? Your door, I was either the door repairs, Rick, or the are they Tektites on your skin?
Yeah, since I was playing as the Gorilla.
Okay, I thought so, but we couldn't really see the feet, so it was kind of a guessing game.
It's probably a combination of the sprite color combined with the capture via the GV USB to 2.
I mean, they look perfectly creepy, so that part was cool.
Yes. And also shoutouts to Goma Field 5.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, all right, so if we find a staircase we can actually go down, we might be able to eliminate some of these as the item. And then it turns out it was wide open and it was a boomerang. So it's like, all right, we're done. Sigil did actually go back and clear the Goma in the Gleeok room. I think it's the Gleeok room, and it dropped the wand.
I was hoping it would be the silvers.
I mean, it was blue, so you were almost right.
Yeah, that would have been one of your outs in this race. Again, I played kind of a gambly kind of game with this one, so I could have been very well burned on this one. Like I said, if silvers turned out to be in anything but 9, I think you've got this race.
I think it definitely would have been closer. I mean, it was pretty darn close already. So,
but you definitely are going to be a very formidable foe in the 1-1 bracket.
Thank you, and good luck in the 2-0 bracket.
All right, guys. With that, I'll go ahead and thank Gary and Old Wolf for doing our tracking in the background tonight. I'll thank MX Allen for hanging out with me and doing comms, and ask our runners if they have any final comments for today.
I finally didn't see a second Quest 8.
Yay!
I loved when I got confirmation that it was not a second Quest 8.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of people who enjoy seeing Second Quest 8. I don't think there are very, very many, but you know.
It's anybody who's not actually running the seed.
Fair point, though sometimes it's cringy enough that even just if you've played a Second Quest 8, you're just sitting there watching and you're going, oh, I feel so terrible for these guys. But anyway, guys, please stay tuned to the Speed Gaming channel of Networks tomorrow. There are no races assigned yet, but there are, I do believe, 7 races coming up, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern and going all the way till 21:30 is 9:30 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Yeah, I've got some work to do in regards to figuring out what's going where in a few short minutes.
I mean, we can totally just bury that first one.
Okay, Rybak versus Bakuda will get buried. Nice. I know which one you're talking about.
I figured, it's okay. But all right, guys, thank you very much for hanging out and have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, GG's, you two.
Thank you for the comms and tracking. And GG's again, Rick.
GG's.